Well, it has been a tale of two separate teams, potentially dangerous, and Boundary Esports, each having their moments of glory. But now we're no longer onto R.E.A.L, no longer on the tried and true, what we know from day one. Now it's more like what we know from, like, day five. Tago came out a little bit later, but the players should know exactly how this goes because everyone has played on it so much by now. Because you can't choose the maps. Because if you could choose the maps, I would choose R.E.A.L and I would choose Miramar, and that's it. And if you disagree with me, you're wrong.
Well, and I have to butt in and say, Bart, there's no disagreeing with you on that sentiment or any sentiment for that matter. But hey, just taking a quick look here, Bart, at the leaderboards. Boundary Esports, 42 points, potentially dangerous, 30 points. And then there's a pretty far drop down to third and Young Stunner Boys with 17 points. It's still early in the evening. I'd like to see some of these mid-range teams pick it up here in games 3 and 4.
Yep. I mean, Boundary have just been on a different level so far. But also, I mean, dude, they have a crazy team. Nitro and Conf, outer region players, and then this man, Devil Vibes, one of my favorite NA players that's not, like commonly top tier is how I'll phrase it. Like, you got Tig, you got Trimsy, and you got all of that. But like, Devil Vibes and Richie B are my two favorite NA players, like almost ever, I think. And dude, there's a part of me that wants to be like, hey, Devil, I will pay you if you play for the team that I make. But I don't have that money yet, so Devil, you got to wait for it. But eventually, at some point, I'm going to make you play PUBG competitively again, like fully competitively. And we're going to ignore the fact that PUBG is going to go away from FPP. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go ahead and play FPP scrims, go ahead, join the Rise Discord. I have a command for it. You can go ahead and join there. I know that once PUBG fully goes away from FPP, there's still going to be events, so still please join. And I would love to see you. And hey, if you do well enough and you get into the next event like this, I will get to cast you. And who wouldn't want to hear me talking about them? Obviously.
Well, if anybody did, they need to go someplace else. That's for sure.
Well, I don't know about that. We got room for lots of people. But Crystalani and Penry, they are going to be close to each other. And Crystalani knows exactly that someone is here. He doesn't know exactly whom, because everyone in esports server is pretty used to.
Ooh.
Well, Penry, he's driving straight at Crystalani, and Crystalani says, thank you. No way. Okay, I was going to say, there's no way he does not collect these points. Well, that is going to be the freest of points for Crystalani, and he says, thank you very much. And that is going to be the first death in game number 3.
Yeah, kudos going to Crystalani there for first blood in game number 3. I liked the idea to push up and gain some intelligence, but now he's got to, defend and wrap up and hope he doesn't get fragged out himself. Well, Boundary Esports is no stranger to revenge.
No, they are not, but I am assuming that they would rather just pick up their boy and reset, because this is it's pretty early on and they're nowhere near. Okay, they're actually in circle. I totally lied. I thought that they were nowhere near circle, but I just flat out lied. But Affinity and Team R.E.A.L, they both go for the same compound, and now they Ducky. Oh, Ducky.
Here comes the crew.
Ducky knocked himself, and now Affinity have to send one back as Beleda is waiting patiently. He spots him out. Can he find him? But no, the AUG is too strong, and the headshots from Beleda is going to flush one out, and now the tail of Ducky falling to his death. Pick up that Panzerfaust, Mayo. Please pick up that Panzerfaust. No, you pick up that Panzerfaust. Well, he is going to do his best to drive on out of here, but there's going to be some players wanting... Oh, they're going to take out a tire, but you should know not to boost. And you have control of your car if you don't boost. If you don't boost, if you don't boost, if you don't boost, you should be fine. Have I mentioned that you shouldn't boost? Oh, no.
Don't boost. Whatever you do, don't boost.
Oh, no. Well, it doesn't matter because he's so scared. The poor guy. Okay, well, he finds one. Well done. He's down below half HP. You can see the tear and the panic, but from the side, Denver says hello and goodbye.
Yeah, you have to appreciate the attempt there from Mayu trying to come in with the pony. But you know what? 1v3 in that situation with 3 tires, good luck.
I feel so bad. I'm so sorry, Mayo. I'm not trying to be a jerk, I swear. But Ducky, if we're gonna give a little flack to anyone, I think it would be him, just because his team was all set up You know, they probably still would have lost one just because of the surprise, but him knocking himself, I presume, to a vehicle jumping out. It's a no bueno. That's the most Spanish you're gonna get from me. I know you speak Spanish fluently. I do not, and I apologize. It would be awesome, but unfortunately, I was a fool and I took French. So comment allez-vous? Je m'appelle Bart.
Oh, you're gonna lose me with the French there. That's all you, baby.
96.9. I just said a number. I didn't even say anything besides.
Do you remember that movie from like the 90s, 10 Things I Hate About You?
Brother, I was born in the 90s, so no.
That's like the only movie with French that I know. Like,
you lost me.
I think she said, "Je m'appelle en la clou." You remember that?
You butchered the French, and so it hurt my soul more than anything else. But I hear you. And I'm sure.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god! All right, guys, I'm ending stream. I can't do this. Well, Q5 is gonna be close to victorious, but Trimble, he's on the low side. He's just passing on by. He's now made some noise. So Q5, they already knew that he was here, but he's still just gonna go ahead and get the heck out of Dodge, and just start scouting for his team quite leisurely, as he just, he's taking a nice stroll down memory lane around Tego. But
Crystallini here trying to run into this push here,
though.
though.
He is indeed. Well, Trimble now knows he's going to jump out. He was hungry for it, but Crystallani was the devourer instead. And, well, Trimble, he's going to go down. Poto, good shots coming out from him. His sneak, though, he's trying to make his egress onto this, and Seifu takes down Pobo. And, well, victorious, they are down to just 2 members in a blink of an eye in Q5. They are wanting these fantastic, lovely, and yummy points. Ooh, but Boundary actually going to go ahead and knock Crystallani. He might get flushed away for this as well.
As you mentioned earlier, we in the PUBG community call the badass fraggers demons. Devil, he's the papa of the demons.
I love you so much. Sometimes I don't have words to respond to what you say, and I don't know what to say about it.
Just
but
tell
I love
me to
you.
Shut up.
No. I don't want you to shut up at all. It's very confusing, but like in the best way possible. Like, you make me feel a certain way, and I don't know how I feel about that. But Dubhub and Young Stunna Boys, they're going to be fighting each other. And, well, one goes down immediately flush, and from the side, DJ finds Ice and Nasty. It's Cheech and Joey, the last 2 up. And I'm just apparently going to the wrong player every single time, as all these nades coming in, and Yan Lo, well, they're starting to push.
Dubhub here. Yeah, just trying to do everything he can here against Young Stunna Boys. Ooh, well, nice try, though.
He did his best, but his best just was not enough in this instant. Oh, okay. Camera, what did you do to me? My camera did something funky. I don't know what it was, and I did not like it. But Q5 and PD. PD knows exactly where they are, and, well, now Q5 know as well.
We've seen this game after game, Bart. These more talented, more experienced teams, they are just the masters of third party. And the further we go into these rounds and the more we see this, the more I'm enjoying the carnage.
Well, that is one of the biggest parts of PUBG. It's literally picking up points how you can, because placement points are great and all, but you cannot win solely on placement points. So that is why you typically see a lot of teams play more edge rather than center compounds and do better, because it's so much more difficult to figure it out. But Affinity, where are you? Oh, hello. Never mind. Apparently he's gone already. I lied. Oh, hold up.
He's back at it again, rocking Luminos from Rats Down.
Well, Tempest and Rise, they're apparently finding each other, and they're nowhere near zone.
Yeah, what are they doing out here? I guess every once in a while, you gotta dance in the blue zone, Bard.
Who does it? Just emoting in blue. That's exactly what we do here. That's the best I got for you. But
we
like
lost War, and I missed it.
We did lose War. I did see him in the kill feed, and I remembered that he went down, but I was trying to figure out where it was for the longest of times, and then I realized it was nowhere near zone.
Yeah, Arson, they're doing what he can with the Mini 14, but at range, the bullet velocity on that DMR is difficult.
Well, Affinity have to be careful, because Rats, they are deciding to try and move around here to try and take space do damage and take names. Fenny is going to be stuck inside of just one building in this flank. Rats spearheaded by Grant Lannis.
Yeah, this is definitely not the type of position you want to be in for Affinity here with being only too strong. They realize that they've been spotted out. They're going to have to smoke for coverage. Well-positioned utility, and they fall here, I think, Bard.
Well, do Rats... Where's Manuel? Where's the last one? Okay, I guess... Oh, my gosh. Well, Circle just plays a trick onto everyone, and it has been a day of unplayable. And oh my gosh, Staffy, thank you very much for the gifted subs, man. I appreciate it. But young Stunna boys, they're going in on the east as Manuel. Apparently he knew, and I didn't even know. But this circle is absolutely crazy. What is it? But Q5 and PD, they're going to be finding each other yet again, and this time it's going to be sneak attack going down, flushed out immediately. As everyone is trying to make their way inside the safe zone, Yanlo is going to go ahead and knock Manuel as well. And, well, he should be flushed momentarily.
Yeah, you know, it was a little concerning to me when I saw Rats pushing off of their previous position and trying to more centralize, and it's going to cost them a man here. If they would have stayed put and focused their attention on Affinity, I think that they would have been in a better position here, Bard.
Well, team raised that. Possibly. They're hungry for points. They thought they were edge, so I understand it. It just didn't work out that way for them. But victorious, they did lose the 2 to Q5 earlier on. And, well, Kabooms and Shakuch, they are just, they're happy to be inside Kang Nwang, and they're trying to just stay alive. Oh, no. I fear for pest control as all of Team Fate, they are taking shots over at them. And, well, they're just going over towards Jinx. And a couple of shots ringing out, but they're probably not going to get a knock unless Jinx, if he pops off here.
You know what? You have to give credit to these players. I think a lot of the viewers know this already. As we all share and love to play PUBG, but landing shots like that, Bard, at 400 meters and against the moving vehicle takes a lot of skill.
It does indeed, and honestly, I feel bad because all of these players I feel like should actually get a lot more respect than they do. And the fact, as I say that, Spicy goes down to Zenny. And, well, I think he's going to go for the res, but it's not going to be enough. No, it is not. And now you can see them absolutely just flying in. Flanker and Tater, they're saying we are hungry for more. And Grizz, well, he's going to go for the chip. Flanker jumps outside of his vehicle. And from the side, every single member of Fate seems to be here. And, well, Grizz goes down. But Swole Squad, they got to be careful as I have no idea what Rumple is doing out here. Zanny takes shots. He's going to go down to blue. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Unless I'm crazy. Oh, he has a blue bag. He has a blue bag. Never mind. He survives because of that.
The decision to drive this direction was rather interesting, Bard.
I have absolutely no idea why he drove into blue.
No,
I got nothing.
I'm confused with that one.
No, I'm equally confused and baffled. My brain ceases to function. And Zadly, well, he's taking some shots over at them, but they stop. And they're trying to fight this as, oh my gosh, this circle is just unrelenting.
We are just being gifted one crazy game of circles after another tonight, Bard. Look at this.
It really is.
40% unplayable terrain.
This is absolutely crazy as we see Rise. Well, Back Monster, he's going to go above Q5 as Arson and Chilla, I believe, are inside this car. And they're just going to go ahead and cross the road and just hope that no one is inside of here. Seifu, he is on the roof. Okay, never mind. I could have sworn he was on the roof, but apparently I'm wrong. But Back Monster knows exactly where he is. Shots ring out, and now Arson and Chilla know exactly what's going on over here.
No doubt. I just want to point out to perhaps some newer viewers to PUBG that, the blue zone does elevated damage in esports mode. And these teams in phase 3 are doing everything they can to not find themselves in the blue zone. As Seifu, is he going to spray this glider?
No, I think he's trying to be safe. He's just hoping that Back Monster doesn't find him. He knows that he's outnumbered, but blue zone is coming in. So Rise could easily just go ahead and dip on out of this, and I think they should. But it's also Rise, so I think they want to be aggressive.
No doubt. Rise definitely looking to add some points to their tally this evening.
Well, I'm sorry, but I am just going to switch everything up because Team Fate, Tempest, and Swole Squad are all fighting each other on this southeast side, and it is just craziness after another. Karam actually going to go ahead and find Back Monster out of the air, but this is a three-way fight that is turning It's going crazy, and so far Tempest, they're going to eliminate Swole Squad first. Kodak does go down to blue, and he's just going to bleed out. But Q5 had picked them up as Team Fate. Looks like they're going to be able to get to 4 up, but can they get out of here in time?
Yeah, I really like the position of young Stunna Boys right now, putting themselves up basically back to unplayable terrain. Although, if we consider the flight path and everything here, Bard, what do you think? I mean, are we going to still see unplayable terrain in Phase 4, Phase 5?
Well, Phase 4 is when it should shift away, but the question is, how hard will it shift? Well, Chilla does go out safe, who finally finds him. Rise is eliminated, and oh, never mind. I saw the logos getting next to each other, but this is just madness. Is Tater? Well, Tater and Flanker, they got to be careful because PD, they are incoming as well, and they actually are taking their time to scout. And Flanker, he is behind cover. Glock, they are tanking blue, and it's not chunking just yet, but it's enough to be concerning as a Flanker. Well, apparently he just knows to look as Tony goes down, and now Fate know that they have some people on their south side coming in from blue, and time is not on PD's side. Tempest trying to aggress as well. Some nades coming in. Tater might take some damage. He might even go down, but now Tempest does have to back off as Glock is going to go ahead and push in, and Hugh from the side finds one. Immediately gets him down, flushes him out as Gabri now has to deal with it. But Pallet's going to go down to Jinx from far away. Abdu, he does land a good amount of shots onto Gabri, and Gabri, he is going to heal up. The needs to come in is Tater from the side, takes him down, and PD, they still have 2 members inside of blue, and this is still just a crazy 3-way fight.
Really is. I mean, this type of circle transition, look at that northern rotate. As you called it, though, Bard, or at least we're out of unplayable terrain. All these teams have had to move so much that it's giving a lot of these more mid-tier teams in the point distribution an opportunity here to kind of change the keel of the evening, if you will.
Well, this is exactly what we want. Chaos, carnage, and I know it's not what the players want, but it's what we want, and that's all that really matters, right? Like, no, I thought he was going to take the shots. Why didn't you take the shots, Oni? Well, okay. Apparently, I just don't know what I'm talking about. It's fine. Tony is going to go ahead and die to blue as the rest of these teams, they are starting to make their way inside because this is so much. It's still crazy. And the last time we saw a circle end anywhere, it ended around here, which if anyone remembers the car with Duel, I will be very impressed. But Flanker now has to deal with Mira Ruim as they go ahead and just nade him. That nade might go a little bit too far, but they are absolutely peppering him. They are sprinkling salt and pepper onto Flanker, and he is well seasoned.
Yeah, Mira Ruim throwing some Merry Christmas presents down there.
Oh, Jinx. Oh, no. Well, Zenny, he's just going to go ahead and get on out of here. As the shots ring out from Tempest, Victorious is eliminated, and Mira Ruim, they are trying to figure it out, and the kill feed is lighting up just like that Christmas tree that Capitalist was talking about.
Yeah, I think we're seeing here just one scenario after another of crazy carnage where teams are running into one another, and the decision to throw 5 frags at Flanker, it was crazy.
I mean, I understand it. They want to get him out of the way, but well, they did it with great aplomb as Enlon tries to take shots over at Oni, and Oni is just saying, please, let me go. He is running as Abdu does find him with one of the last bullets, and Yanlo, well, Yanlo has a sneaky snake behind him as Zenny, he smells points, and he is waiting that nade, and Yanlo's like, what the heck? Oh, he got spotted. There's no way. He didn't know.
That nade.
He didn't know at all.
Must have hit a pebble because it was perfect and it bounced just to the left.
Well, oh my gosh. Well, Yanlo, come on, Zenny. I'm too invested into this right now. Cook it a little bit more. 3, 2, 1.
This one hits.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, he did some damage, and he has a couple of lethal still left. I really just want to watch this, but I shouldn't.
They don't know. They don't know where he is yet.
They have no idea where Zenny is. They did not think for a second that they passed on by. Oh, hold up. Now they're starting to get a little bit of an idea of where he is, but they're still a little bit too short.
What Zenny needs here more than anything else is for young Stunna Boys to get into a fight with Tempest that is just to their left, or I should say south. And that's exactly what I think we're going to see happen here,
I
Bart.
was going to say, as you say that, young son of boys, they do get shot in the back. Tempest with 8 kills so far. That is a ton. Q5. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Seifu, do it to them. And R.E.A.L, that is a lot of damage, and he only finds one.
Well,
nice shots coming out from Zenny. Yanlo, though, finally will take him down. As again, it is just one side of the map to the other. 8 seconds left, and you got to be careful because Zone is going to be pushing. And oh my gosh, dude, what is this map? I love third-party PUBG. This is the best.
Yeah, you got to tip your hat to Zenny there. He did everything he could, 1 versus 2.
Oh, hello. What the heck is going on? What are people doing? I have no idea. He spots him out. He should take the shots. He gets some damage. Devil's at 49. He doesn't give a crap as he just keeps on taking shots. Affinity goes down to Ruim as the lobby just pops off. Young son of boys finally goes down. Devil Vibes goes down. And it is Chaos Carnage from one end to the other as Vegeta? I guess I'm saying Vegeta. No idea what it means, and it sounds wrong, but Vegeta's his name. And if it's a slur or something, I apologize. I have no idea what it means.
It's a kind of potato chip. We'll just go with that for
Never
now,
mind, sweet. It's a potato chip. Is it actually a potato chip?
I have no idea.
Okay, sweet. It's a potato chip, ladies and gents. You heard it here. I want to make so many bits right now, but I shouldn't. All right, let's get into it. Vegeta, he's going to go ahead and go for the res, but Boundary Esports do have to deal with Mimic, who have been incredibly quiet, and it feels, it does not feel quite in their nature, as Mimic is typically a very loud and a very explosive team.
Yeah, Mimic's slowing down here in game number 3. Watching kill feed here over the last couple of minutes, though, it seems like Tempest was racking up a tremendous amount of kills in the south.
Yes,
and
sir.
I think at this point in time, it's going to be really contingent upon where we shift this circle going into phase 6, Bard.
Yep, I would agree. Every single team kind of has where they want to be inside the zone. Team R.E.A.L, though, they are the ones who are like, boys, I don't know how this is going to work, but you know, so far, Mimic, actually Grand Landis from the side is going to go ahead and find Flax, and Mimic, they do have to back off a little bit as R.E.A.L, they have not a ton of cover, but they have something which is better than nothing at this point. But every single team is inside zone. Tempest has a very nice and wide split, but Nitro does go down from the back by Chuck, and Comp does he go to him, but Circle, it has closed, and the people who are inside center is going to be Pest Control with Joshi and Blissey, but they are only a 2-man, and there's going to be a lot of lead above. Vegeta does find Comp eventually, and well, they don't have a vehicle. They got to figure out what to do as Mimic just continues to pepper them with a lot of bullets.
Yeah, got to give kudos to Boundary Esports there for doing a really good job here in game number 3, despite their continual shift difficulties in circle here.
Well, IQ does go down to Hugh with the SLR, which sings the destruction of his enemies, puts a lot of damage in there.
Certainly does. Although, just to make a brief comment here, the SKS has recently been buffed to all of you 762 DMR users out there. Make sure to check out the SKS now.
Really? Did it? I didn't know that.
Yes, they buffed the bullet velocity and the rate of fire.
Interesting.
So yes,
Very
the SKS is now again on the menu, boys.
Man, the hot dog slinger, the glizzy goblet. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said it. It fit the moment, ladies and gents. All right, but now at Tempest, they're trying to find their way inside zone. The nice thing for them is that they have a couple places to play. They have these hills, which is going to be fantastic for them. But Buff, Dad Buff specifically, is going to take shots. Ruim, they're trying to make their way across. And, well, Abdu finds one. Toxic now, the last one left. He is trying, but from the side, you do have Lachuchera? Is that how you say it?
Can I ask you a big favor, my friend?
Yes, sir. Ooh,
after Lachurara here, can we see how many kills Tempest is at? I'm curious.
I believe they're at 10 now. 12. Dang it. I was close. That is a lot of points, but let's get back into this as R.E.A.L, they're up to 6 themselves. They still have to make it inside as, well, yeah, I guess they could play here, but I'm pretty sure Compound can kind of spot them out. Quinn goes down to a bolty shot from Enlon. Can he find more?
Yeah, this kind of compaction going into phase number 7 is, you know, It's, to me, the way I look at this, Bard, is Tempest has the most dominating hill on this particular zone.
They do.
Outside of some radical shift to the northwest where they have to run into no man's land and lose out utility, this is their game to win.
Well, I don't know if I would say that it's their game to win just yet. I would definitely say that they have a strong position, but the biggest question for them is, can they get rid of pest control? Because even if Circle does have a crazy shift, that is their win condition. Currently, this hill, if it shifts towards the south, they win. Like, I fully agree with you on that.
100%.
But
yeah.
if it does shift north, Hugh, nice shots. If it does shift north, they have to take down pest control, and I think they still have a very good position because they can still play that road and have a lot of cover as Circle does center up. So you and I know exactly what has to happen. There is no other choice for Tempest except to go ahead and find some aggression onto pest control. How they do it, is it with the Boltsy, is it with the C4? Only time will tell.
Saddle up, guys and gals. This is going to be a fun one. Grab your popcorn. As this circle begins to move, we're going to see a lot of carnage.
Well, it is not just Team Tempest that has to make a move. It is still Rats, R.E.A.L, and Mimic, the boys that we are on currently that have to make it inside of zone. Pest Control is legitimately the only team with any single person inside zone. They do have their full team, which that's not saying much, to be fair. But Grand Landis, he's going to go ahead and find Nubsky. As Alex is trying to figure out how to survive this, how to do it. And honestly, I'm actually very curious. I think it is Palix who is the IGL for... Yeah, it has to be... Palix has to be the IGL for Tempest. There's no other way, right?
To be honest with you, I don't know. But Mimic, regardless, they absolutely needed to get a knock here before Phase 7 transition. They did not succeed in doing that. This is going to be hard for them pushing in hard.
Well, the nades as La Chuchera is coming in, and Nubsky is the last one left. Rats being aggressive. This is what I expect from them. The nades ring out. Nubsky doesn't have much in that nade. Should do enough. It gets him low, but it does not kill him, except that frag might indeed, and it does. Ooh. Top 4 is confirmed with Rats, Pest Control, Mimic, and Tempest is now Mimic. They start to make their push in, but on the other side, it is going to be Pest Control and Tempest. Joshi says, I don't care about anything. I just want this point. Does confirm it with great aplomb. Is now the rest of Tempest. They're starting to make their way in, but on the north side, we do have Rats and Mimic still fighting each other. It is a tale of both north and south, trying to find out who will win. As both four-mans, well, now down to 3 as Enlon goes down to Grant.
Called it, Bart. This was the position here where these two teams are going to inevitably clash, and we're seeing it unfold. This is difficult for Pest Control, but Joshi and Blissey are doing a fabulous job at maintaining their composure in a very difficult situation.
Well, it is iconic that we go on to Joshua because Joshua actually did win the group's MVP, so he's going to get an additional $100 for his performances in group stage. So kudos to him, but what can they do in these final circles? Mimic looking so strong, but Joshi, he's trying to make the play. We got to give the POV to him. Blissey finds the knock after a lot of damage comes down for him. Joshi is going to retreat back after the stun lands perfectly on him. Tempest just down to Hugh. The crazy man, well, doesn't matter. He goes down.
Yeah, well-deserved MVP, well-deserved extra $100. The decision to turn around and do an about face on a full whited smoke out and flash like that was brilliant. Well played.
Well done from him, but now Mimic, they have a little bit of an awkward spot, but they still have 4 up, which is more than I can say for any other team. Flax, he is prone in a bush, just waiting for his moment to activate. As La Chuchera, he is inside zone.
But let's not forget what La Chuchara had done a little bit ago with those 2 frag grenades. You know, he gave him the Chuchara.
I love
did
you,
it again.
All right, Mimic actually has 0 kills, which is crazy to say because they have putting in work. Every other team, well, they have 5 and 3. Actually, I want to see the damage. 200. The lowest they have is almost 200 damage, and it still just hasn't mattered. Flax is 300 damage. They just haven't gotten kills. That is incredibly unfortunate. That's around at least 800 damage with 0 kills. That's a feels bad, man. That's the best way to put it. That's a feels bad.
It is, but you know what? Hey, if they clutch this win in game number 3, it'll be worthwhile for Mimic. They're doing what they can. Come on, Chuchara.
Ooh, but okay, as he says it, the nade is absolutely beautiful. And I can't roll my R's, so it's going to be fine as he does have the most damage, and he expects the rat somewhere. Flax is down low. As Flax is just waiting. He's waiting for the peek on over. But Joshy, he's going to be the one who steals away the kills as well as gets the knock on to Sang. And it now pest control. The tables have flipped. The turns have tabled more than the tables have turned. And now Joshy and the rest of pest control, they have a possibility to win this. The zone is closing in. It is a 2v1 as Lechuchara finds Flax. And now Joshy and Blissey trying to find the last two. But can the nades ring out true again from Lechuchara?
Yeah, Lechuchara here. I mean, does he have any lethal frags left? Does he have any util left that he can utilize to finish this up?
He does have util, but Grant is going to go down to Blissey with the FAMAS. A great gun. Joshy, he does spot him out. And can the MVP of groups do it for his team? But 4 HP. Blissey, he's going to go ahead and push on over. And well, Lechuchara, he's going to go ahead and try to drive by, but it doesn't matter as Joshy is going to find it. And pest control take game number 3.
Yeah, what an incredible game. That was fun. You got to give love to so many of the teams here. Carnage all over the place. Bard